It's not enough.
Fair enough.
Look, Arlene, in politics, particularly when you're in opposition, you should never gloat.
No.
And you shouldn't gloat over poll figures. What I am most heartened by is that the public, when asked about policy,
yes,
put Labour's policy first. And to me, it's always about that. It's about the policies. And it was interesting that Chris Philp, in that clip that you did with him, he said, well, look, at the moment, what the public are seeing is a disunited Conservative Party, and therefore policies aren't breaking through. It's not about policies, it's about the disunity. Actually, it's interesting, when actually specifically asked about the policies, Liz Truss's policy got 8%, favour, whereas Keir Starmer's policy was way out in front. So I think politicians should always focus on policies. It's not about personality, it's about policy, and that's why I believe that the Labour Party at the next election must have the policies that ordinary people in this country believe are making sense for them. Policies about education, policies about training and apprenticeships, policies about employment rights. I mean, here we have, a summer of solidarity, as I would call it, we've had Felix Stowe, we've had talk about the barristers, we've talked about, teachers and NHS workers all going on strike. But people are beginning to realise that actually this is about them. It's not about somebody else inconveniencing them. It's about them. It's about their wage levels not being enough. And I think it's really important that the next Labour manifesto has very front and centre policies about employment rights that people can see, that makes a difference to me. That actually works for me. That guarantees me the sort of future where I know that my children are going to be well taken care of. I know I'm going to be able to pay my mortgage. I know I'm going to be able to feed my kids. And actually, they're policies about climate change and the environment that I know give my kids a future. You look at this summer, one of the big things that we haven't talked about in this summer, on this today, is about the drought, is about all the climate change that's going on and the environmental issues. And actually, a lot of people now will look to the Labour Party and say, yep, like they did at previous elections. I think Friends of the Earth said Labour had the best environmental policies, even over the Green Party. So those are going to be the things that I think, when it comes to it, are really important. So let's ignore the persona. Is it Liz? Is it Rishi? Is it Keir? It's not about that. It's about the policies. And we've got to make sure, as a political party, we don't say, oh, gosh, we're ahead in the polls, we can just coast to a victory at the general election. No. We have to get the policies that actually give people in this country a vision of the future that resonates with them.